It's your girl Crystal. I'm coming to you today because I have an amazing person that I want to interview. Last week was Mental Illness Awareness Week, and the 10th is actually World Mental Health Day. So with that being said, we have many mental health providers here in our own church. But I chose my dear friend to interview, and so we can get a little bit more information about mental health, for coping strategies, and the stigma around mental health. So please help me welcome my dear friend, Nina Dunn. Hey Nina, thank you for coming. Just want to talk to you a little bit about mental health.
Yeah.
Our audience is the church, and there's that stigma still there, so there's a couple of things I want us to cover today. But first, before we get started, can you tell everybody your credentials and what you do currently?
Yes. Okay. So I am what's called a licensed professional counselor. ALPC is what it's called in the field for the acronyms. But I work for an agency currently where we service children. It's a kid-heavy company, but we do take adults, young adults. But we mostly service kiddos in the schools. Families who come to us say, this just works better for us. Can you provide therapy in the school?
Yeah.
It might be considered a non-traditional setting, but I have learned how to make seeing kids in school therapeutic. There's actually many things that I've learned over the years, but yes, that's what I do.
That's awesome. I know you have a lot of wisdom to bring to our church and our audiences. So let's just jump in there. The biggest thing I want to talk to you about is the stigma around being a Christian and also taking care of your mental health.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yes. So I think I can speak for my experience growing up, and then just maybe the things that I see people now that I'm licensed and I have a different set of lenses, if you will, what I see in church. So just pray about it. I think that is the main statement that we hear as Christians, maybe even Black Christians, or the word says this and I'm gonna stand on that.
Yeah.
And I think that is absolutely true. That is our foundation. But I think where the stigma comes in, or the barrier, if you will, we don't have practical steps in addressing what we're actually dealing with. Praying about it is absolutely good, and reading the word is good. I think that, like we said, we stand on that, but we still have to wake up every day. I still have to go through that thing. I still have to face whatever that is or those people. So how do we deal with that? And where I think we fall is we don't know how to live day to day. We look and maybe we suffer for a long time, long suffering, or day-to-day living that we don't know how to do. That's where you get people who have poor social skills, bad physical health, because we're not addressing our mental health.
Okay.
And so what I would like to see be released is for people to talk about their experiences, acknowledge them, deal with them, so that then if we look at, say, the fruits of the Spirit, peace, joy, long suffering, you can learn how to be meek once you've figured out, oh, this is what's happening inside of me. I feel this way because that happened. Then you can learn how to walk out your Christian faith, or just being a believer in a way that's more productive than just suffering and being a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do. And so with that, again, we want to talk to our audience and let them know that yes, you can be an amazing Christian, you can be top-notch Christian even, but it's okay to still be concerned about your mental health. Yes. And so where do you see with our church, like where we're moving into when it comes to the mental health ministry and how we can help our congregation here at FCC?
We've kind of hit on this a little bit with doing monthly meetings where we do educational pieces on mental health. Okay. That's very helpful. I think that it's gonna always be good for the church to just give little moments, little spaces, whether that's a question that we pose before church. Have you ever, or do you ever, doing little polls or surveys. The church is just one piece of it. Like I say, opening that door to giving our members a space to think differently, but it really does lean back on the members. Once we've opened that door, once we've given them a small space to say, man, okay, maybe something is going on there, then I want them to go and seek out help. Maybe we could provide resources.
Okay.
my dream also is just every church needs to come with a licensed provider, a licensed therapist, a licensed social worker, because people need it. I do think there's a spiritual component and there's spiritual wisdom, but what if we took away all the things that we've known as kids, all the things that we've been taught to run to, and we keep it strictly clinical?
Yeah.
What if a church came with that and people could be seen? And they're not in there forever. You're meant to go into therapy and progress and I guess not age out. What's the word? Progress out. You're meant to progress out. But what if every church came with therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That very interesting. Maybe something that can be considered. I know we're still new. We're still getting everything else together, but I don't see anything wrong with that goal or even that dream, as you would probably call it. But I think our church could definitely do it. We have a lot of support from our lead pastor and our congregation. So I wouldn't say it's completely out of the realm of possibilities for us here at FCC. I'm not going to keep her long, but I do want us to kind of go over some coping strategies for those members. Again, we did post a couple on our Instagram pages and our Facebook platform, but just while I have you here, what are top 3 that your go-to coping strategies for our audience out there? That's something that people can just cling to and kind of help them through a stressful or crazy time.
Okay. There is something powerful about journaling and just getting it out on paper.
Yeah.
I think it really does. It helps me to see what I'm going through versus just thinking about it. I'm a visual person. So that's one. And then another is nature. Oh my gosh, you will not believe how peaceful and therapeutic nature is. Natural sounds.
Okay.
So I know that we have like white noise machines that give us the static sound or the ocean or whatever, but just going outside where there's no horn honking, people talking, and you just listen to the natural sounds of life, the wind blowing, the leaves rustling, the birds chirping, and you really just get into that, like grounding yourself. That is so therapeutic. That for me is like, man, I'm clear-headed, and then I'm an extrovert. I love people. This is just, it recharges me. But to be in a safe space with a group of people who I know love me, who want to see me do well, who want to see me happy, that's another way that I cope is I need to go be around some people. Because isolation, we're not meant to do life alone. We're meant to walk this thing out with people, and I think that's important, is having a group, a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
3.
Yeah. And thank you so much for sitting down with me today and just briefly talking about mental health. I do want to say again that we do have a lot of mental health providers here in our church. I know Nina outside of church, and so I chose her to kind of just talk to me a little bit today and bringing that information to you guys as well. So I really appreciate you for all you do inside and outside of church. I know you're awesome. I know you got a lot going on. So thank you for this time. Thank you, FCC, as always. Please go like this video, share it, tell people about it. FCC is doing really big things. Please follow us on all of our media platforms at FCC.LR, Arkansas spelled out. And again, you can also go to our church website where you can get connected with a social worker or a licensed mental health provider if need be. So thank you, FCC, for all you do. See you guys later. Bye.